2018 Subaru Crosstrek, and we are just going for a little test drive now, and so far it's really nice. Now, the 2018 Subaru Crosstrek is made on the new global platform by Subaru. Now, this platform is supposed to be in effect as of 2018 on certain models, and I believe by 2019 Subaru will have implicated this platform on all of their vehicles. So across their entire lineup, Subaru is traditionally a very good brand. They usually have great reliability, great safety. There's no denying that. Their symmetrical all-wheel drive system is phenomenal. There's really nothing quite like it except for the Audi Quattro system. It's an always-on system instead of this all-wheel drive system that's off and then kicks into effect, or sort of kicks on when you need it. Four-cylinder boxer engine produces 154 horsepower. I don't remember the exact torque figure, but it's probably around the same amount. The 2018 Subaru Crosstrek is basically the same car as the Impreza, just with an added height. Now, the 2017, if I'm not mistaken, was redesigned, and the new look and everything, the rear taillights, the redesigned front end. And so the Crosstrek has now followed that design and just bumped up the height of the vehicle. So you do get a little bit more ground clearance with the Crosstrek in comparison to the Impreza. But as far as size goes, length are the exact same number. You just get that added height. The width is fairly roomy. I've got a nice, amount of headroom. I'm not exactly a tall person, but you've got a good amount of headroom. Leg room in the back seat's very good. Should you have any sort of passenger in the back seat, they should be fairly comfortable, unless it's a very tall, 6'5" human being that's stuck back there for 6 hours. But, in that sort of a situation, I don't think anyone would be very comfortable, to be honest. So I think you've gained a little bit of, room in terms of shoulder to shoulder width of the car compared to last year. I think they've done a few things to try and improve the overall feel of the cabin on the inside. There's two cloths. There's a base layer cloth, there's a premium cloth, and then of course there's the leather that you can get on the limited Crosstrek. This is the premium. So the limited one obviously has leather, it's got fully loaded sunroof, GPS, all that stuff. This is the mid model. There's 4 trims in the Crosstrek. You have the convenience model, the touring, the sport, and then the limited. The limited is obviously the top of the line with the leather, GPS, all the safety features, the eyesight system. If that's something you're interested in, Subaru's eyesight system is mounted up here in this area. It's basically these radar cameras that sort of just predict or sense what's going on the road in front of you. You can opt for a manual transmission, but this is the CVT transmission. So I'm in drive mode right now, and this is very comfortable. And a fully automatic transmission, it's geared nicely. It doesn't push too hard. It's geared for economical driving, but it's got a little bit of power too if you need it. If I need to step my foot down a little bit, I mean, it's no sports car, but you will get that instant feedback. I can push this gear lever over, and now I'm in manual mode, so I get to use the paddle shifters up here. So I find around 3,000 RPM is an optimal time to shift. So now I can shift up into second gear. I'm up at about 3,000, shift into third, and it's a little bit more fun in that sense. You feel like you're driving the car in the sense you're really controlling every single aspect of the car. I like to drive a manual car. I have a little bit more fun driving manual. I like controlling the gears. I like pushing the car a little bit. I like driving the car, if you will. But some people aren't like that. Others just like leaving it in drive and just getting from A to B. So for them, that's perfect. It's a nice little compromise, these CVT transmissions. I know there's some sort of criticisms about them, but for the most part, I think they're a nice compromise in a compact crossover vehicle like this. The car drives very nicely, and the ride is perfect for this sort of class of vehicle. I don't find it too tipsy-turvy or wobbly. Something like the Honda CR-V, for example. I had experience driving that car for the last couple of years, and I always found that car just lacking in certain areas. Again, I'm looking for something different in a car, but and I get it's not a sports car, it's a Honda CR-V after all, it's a family car, but I'd like to drive it with just a little bit more, push and pull and have a little bit of fun with it, and you just don't get that in the CR-V. There's zero feedback at times. You feel like you gotta step on the gas pedal in order to get the thing going, and there's just some sort of dead space with it. But in this car, there's actually a little bit of, feedback. The steering's weighted nicely. You can sort of throw it into a corner and have a little bit of fun with the car. So again, you can push it and it drives nicely. And I think the suspension has a play in that for sure. It's not this wobbly, tobbly, just loose sort of suspension that's gonna go over bumps and be very loose in the sense. So when you actually drive the car and throw it into turns, you do feel some sort of responsiveness just because it's a little bit tighter. By no means is it a sports car, by no means is it super firm, but it rides over the bumps nicely, and then when you want to throw it into a corner, it does exactly what you ask of it. So, you know, I'm very happy with the way the thing drives, given its class, given the type of car it is. And I like the sort of compromise that you can have a little bit of fun in it and still, you know, get that perfect practicality that the car is designed for, I guess. The steering wheel is very nice. I've got all my controls here. The paddle shifters are mounted there. They're in a good spot. It's got, again, the orange stitching on it. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel. The steering wheel is very nice. It's got all the controls you would need. You know, again, the cabin is just a nice place to sit. It's got this nice sort of finished materials to it. It's no super high-end luxury car, that's for sure, but again, that's not its class, and at this price point you're not going to get that. So it's got this very nice sort of fake carbon fiber finish here. It's got chrome door handles, you know, it's got all the nice sort of materials up in here over the dash. As far as features go, power mirrors, power windows. It doesn't have the dedicated infotainment system. It doesn't have the GPS, if you will, but it's got a very nice standard 6.2 inch multimedia screen here. So you've got Bluetooth in the car to connect your phone, and it's also got Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So for a user like me, if you're not spending the extra money on the GPS and infotainment with a larger 8-inch screen, you get a perfectly functional 6.2 inch screen, and all you need to do is plug your phone in, and then I've got access to GPS, contacts, phone, my music, everything. So the CarPlay aspect, the fact that it's standard in this 2018 model, is probably a very big selling point. This model is also equipped with, you know, air conditioning, heated seats. It's got the Subaru X mode, which is basically an off-road terrain system. So under 20 kilometers an hour, if you have a steep incline or steep descent, you can flip that X mode on and the car will just, you know, appropriately maneuver over the terrain, giving you a very nice smooth ride. In my opinion, I wish it had a sunroof. The LED headlights would have been nice, but you know, for the most part, for the package you're getting, it's a very solid car, and I think it fits the class extremely well. I don't know if there's a better option out there given this price point. Sure, you can look at other brands, you can look at Honda, you can look at Mazda, and while all of them do have their strong suits, I really think that this is just a very good overall package. You're not going to get an all-wheel drive system like this in those other cars. Very solid option from Subaru. I think it's a great car. It's a good-looking car. I like the styling of it. And I like everything it has to offer for the price. So if you're interested in a compact crossover, you're gonna get, you know, the height, you're gonna get a decent amount of cargo space, you're gonna get a comfortable ride, you're gonna get tons of space in the cabin for your passengers, and it drives beautifully. So very impressed with this 2018 Subaru Crosstrek. Thank you guys for watching. This was Mike McIntyre with All Things Sports, signing off for now. Catch you in my next car video. Who knows when that will be. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash that like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing for more videos. See you guys next time on All Things Sports by Mike McIntyre.